All right. Hi, everybody. Welcome to Behind the Ink. This is a show that I do every single week where we talk about tattoos and we get to look at different artists and different styles of tattoos and just also hear the different stories that people have and the reasons of why. Hi, guys. Hi. Yo, so I'm excited for yours. And I have, okay, so never mind. I'm getting too far ahead of me. Okay, but make sure everybody favorites Emoji J, you guys. He does a weekly recording of my show and posts it on Instagram, on YouTube, where you guys can watch the show and keep it updated and things like that. Announcements. Merch. Guys, I have merch. And I'll also be getting launched on Karina's website this week. So make sure you guys stay tuned for that. If you guys are interested in being on the show or just, wanting to come or add ideas to the show, things like that, make sure you guys please reach out on Behind the Ink 2.0 on Snapchat and send in your tattoos so that we can get you on the show. Can I get ones for everybody who's in here right now? Let's type ones. I want to make sure we keep the chat very active and we keep the comments going. So every week, I usually pick a tattoo, and give some type of story behind it. But the last week or so, I've been showing my back tattoo. And I have my pictures up here just because it was something new that I decided to get my top 10 tatted on me. So let's pull this up. Let's see. And I made I gotta get this OBS working so I can actually do this from here. The website's so glitchy. So this is just like my back tattoos, the lightest ones that I got. And I decided to get this stuff, you guys. This is like the Chariismatiic is shaded in now also, but you can see Truly, Dalvin, Invo. I just decided to get like my top 10 on my body because I feel like they were surrounding my name Chariismatiic. And I feel like, because of these people and so many more that my life has elevated and just been so blessed. So I wanted to do something that I felt like would mean something to myself and them as well. Yes, Turk's right here. Yeah. I have Turks twice, though. I have the HMD on me also, but there's his wizard. Yeah, so, okay, so I need all three of my people to hit the box. Am I in your guys' favorites? Yeah, I have the HMD right here. The HMD. And then it's got the little pew pew hands. Pew. Okay, good. Comments are working. Yeah, they're working. Okay, bet. So I have 3 guests for you tonight. I see 2 of them in the building. I love this show, you guys, because as you guys know, the ones who've seen it before, tattooing now is such a big thing. It's just like you never know what type of style, what type of artistic just differences that people have in the ways that they describe, the art or the things that they're going through on their bodies. So I really love this show. But in order to keep it going, I need you guys letting your guys' friends know about it. If you know any, or if you see anybody who's tattooed, let them know about the show so that we can get them on there and get serious. Because I'm always looking for new guests, and I think only 2 of us are here tonight. So let's go ahead and add our first guest to the box. Boom. Okay. Sheesh.
Hello.
Hey, girl. Hey. Okay, so first of all, thank you for being on the show. Why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself to the chat and tell us a little bit about yourself.
All right, so I'm Fresno Island. I actually started streaming the beginning of last month, and I work in education here in California and work with individuals with disabilities, and I enjoy streaming and getting to know and meet new people. It's been kind of an outlet for me to have a distraction in my life right now. I tend to find that that's a common story on here. So,
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So, Sharky, welcome. Hi, Kickside. Okay. So you sent me in some tattoos, and I really like, you have some great color in your tattoos. Hold on. I do have to go old school with the show right now because of the program. So, okay. So here we go. Let's start off with this one here. Okay. So,
All right, so that one is my freshest tattoo, my first visible tattoo. Kind of like how you were saying before, tattoos, I don't know, I felt like they were kind of taboo, and like in the last 5-10 years, like everyone's getting them everywhere. And so I finally felt like I was ready to get my first visible one. And this year has been crazy. Last year too for a bunch of people. And this is God is greater than the highs and lows. And so it's just black ink with a watercolor splash in the background.
That's fire, girl.
Yeah. And so yeah, I've got married, in the process of getting divorced, had a miscarriage and all that kind of stuff in the beginning of this year. And so it's like, man, I have to continue to keep my head high, and I put it on my right hand as well to remember that God's on my right side, and with him being on my right side, I will not be shaken. So keeping that there is my reminder that God is greater than any high and low that happens in life.
That's fire. I had no idea. Woo! You see what I'm talking about? Is anybody in there got some damn chills on my body right now? Because that's so fire. No way would I ever know what that means. I mean, that is so, man, I'm telling you, that is so fire right now. I gotta send that to country. That thing is fire. God is greater than your highs and your lows, than your ups and your downs. That's beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
Where'd you get that from?
There's a tattoo place here in Fresno, California. It's called Fetish Ink, or Liquid Fetish. And I just was looking on Instagram about different artists and stuff, and I saw that this guy named Shaughnessy, he does really beautiful watercolors, like just out of this world. One of his most recent ones like looks like a fake tattoo because it's just all colored and everything. And so I just like, well, I was gonna just go with like a traditional black and white with shading, but I was like, his watercolor is on point, so I had to get the watercolor in there.
That thing is so fire. I'm honestly shook. Can you tell him one more time what that means to you?
God is greater than the highs and lows.
Fire, girl. That's fire. Hi, Reva. All right. Well, thank you so much. Okay, so you also sent in you've got some, I just love the colors on that. I've always been a fan of watercolors and just like bright colors. So as I go to your next one, here we go.
Yeah. So that was we're actually going backwards here. So so that is actually the piece that's connected to hopefully the next one that you show, and that's just a rose that's with my I call it fruit of the booze, because I have grapes, hops, and wheat is the fruit part. And then I put the rose next to the grapes because a lot of people, those that are wine drinkers or wine fanatics in a sense, when you see grapevines, you usually see rose bushes planted near the grapevines. And what that is that roses get sick or have similar, get infected by diseases that the vines do, but the roses get sick first. And so it tells vineyard makers, winemakers that, oh, the roses are sick, so we need to tend to the vines before, anything goes bad with them. So I wanted to get the rose put on there as well to kind of finish that piece that I'm doing. It's going to be a whole aspect. And then as my faith has gotten stronger too, I recognize the grapevines and the all stuff. So I want to end up getting like actual vines coming from the grapes down to about my leg, because that's right there on my hip.
And what do the vines symbolize to you now?
Now it's just not only is it like the fruit of the booze, but just like just again trying to make it just more that like the branch is God, right? And then we are the vine. Without the branches, we are nothing. Like, and you have to prune the things out of your life that are negative so that you can bear more fruit. So
wow.
So yeah, I'm trying to
chills right now.
trying to make that a little bit more full and complete, but it's just been a while, and it's hard I have a couple different artists that have worked on me, so just trying to find a good artist that'll be able to help me make that connection in what I already have on my body.
Yeah, that's amazing. Yeah, I love when you find an artist. What I would suggest doing, because I got a few from shops and stuff. But what I did was I just went to Instagram and stuff and I searched like in my local area. And if you go to like the tattoo pages and stuff, a lot of them have their artists on there, and you can scroll through. And trust me, you scroll through enough of them pages, you're going to see a style or some type of tattoos that's going to draw you to their, like, to draw you to the way that they get down, to where like, okay, you've seen them do similar work of what you're looking for. And that's when you start working with them, because if you want a big piece, you just take your time on it and build it. And I love the fact that you're going spiritual, and that these tattoos are, have somewhat of a spiritual meaning for you. And I think ever since I got saved and baptized and stuff, like my last one, my back piece and stuff, a lot of my tattoos are going to be going towards that way. Like the rest of the ink that I put on my body are going to symbolize something towards the kingdom, something towards God. So this is fire to actually be having this conversation for the first time, because it's with you guys. It's totally organic. If you guys are just now getting in here, this is my first guest on Behind the Ink. You guys make sure everybody favorites Fresno Island. If you guys are still in here, type one in the comments. Type one in the comments. Now, how much would you say you paid for this, girl? Let me show the tattoo again.
So for that rose, I actually went in as a walk-in, and I actually only paid $200 for that whole rose. I don't know if the artist thought I was cute or what, but like I went in there and he's like, he did the shade, the outline of the rose and the leaves and shading of that at first, and that took about 2.5 hours. And then I went back a couple of days later and he did the color on the inside of the rose.
A couple of days, did that hurt?
The only part that really, I can do line work all day, but the shading is the part that gets me, because it's like the shading and the wiping with the paper towels and stuff, and it starts to numb the skin.
But if you go back to back like that, like I can't do like, so when I went to my sessions, I can't do like, if I get a piece touched on, you ain't touching this piece for like a good 2-3 weeks before you touch back in it.
Okay, yeah, it wasn't that bad because he just did the line work and the lines healed pretty well. And I wore like loose clothing so that like it scabbed and did what it needed to do. Yeah. It was within a week. And then the only part that really hurt was the part that was kind of on my hip bone, which was like one of the leaves. So anywhere where there's bone, it gets weird.
Right here. So this is my collarbone, like this.
Yeah.
And then it goes right here. You see this line? This shit made me tap. Right here, this little section right there, all solid on my collarbone, was like, oh, tap out, dude. I couldn't. That was my first and only ever just being like, oh, enough was enough. It was just rattling my bones. Okay, so I got one more picture for you. Let me pull this up. All right, so that we can show the side of it.
Yeah, so I started out with just getting the grapes done, and then I added up to do the hops and then the wheat. And so at the time, I actually wasn't a woman of faith. I was an agnostic. And so it was really just the fruit of the booze. I was drinking. I have an appreciation for wine and beer. And so that was like the aspect with this. And so, yeah, that one was crazy, especially the weeks it was on my ribs. And I was just talking to some people about it that like, and you can probably experience this from having the stuff, like you said, on your collarbone. Hitting the ribs, there's so many different nerves like in there. And so when she was, this is a girl that did all the color on this. She's not tattooing anymore. So that's the other aspect where I'm like, oh, I got to find a new artist. But when she was doing it, it's like, man, I felt like my left arm was getting tattooed, and I felt like, oh my gosh, are you tattooing my throat?
Yeah, it's so weird, huh?
Yeah, the nerves getting hit. And I'm like, you're not even working on this area. Why am I feeling, pain and tingling in this stuff? And so,
yeah, so because it's rattling up your bones.
Ooh. Yeah, so it's pretty crazy. But yeah.
Okay, so total, would you say, how much would you pay for that whole entire piece?
For that whole piece is about $800.
Okay. Yeah. So thank you so much for being on the show. I really I just can't wait to see, what you do if you do decide to go through it. And I can't wait to see, the way that you take your spiritual growth in here. So I'm really glad that we had this opportunity to talk, because you've been coming in my live stream for a couple of, just quite some time now, where we've been actually chatting and stuff like that. So it's nice to know you're a believer as well, and that we can share that in our experiences and just our day-to-day interaction with each other. So you're welcome here.
Yeah.
We love you. Type 1 after you guys have favorited Fresno. Please make sure you guys favorite Fresno Island. That's why they come on these shows. Let's go. Let's go. We still have 2 more guests on the show tonight. We've got Reba, and I did want to say your name wrong. I don't know if it's Nay, but do you want to say bye or say anything, or let us know how we can find you on Instagram as well?
Oh, okay. I don't have my Instagram in my profile because I was getting a lot of crazies. So,
Okay.
but if you come into my stream and I get to know you a little bit, I'm free to share that information. But yeah, I stream usually on the evenings, evening time during the week and stuff. So catch me there. And thank you so much. It's been fun.
You're very welcome. You're very welcome. Thanks so much for being on Behind the Ink Girl. All right. So, if my other two, if Reba and can you select the box real quick? I'm totally spacing on. Um, let's see. Okay, so if you guys are just getting here, we still have 2 more guests for you guys. So super excited to just kind of keep the stories going. And let's see. Why can't I remember this name? I'm totally spacing out. Hold on just a second. Hey, let's go. We're rating. So Reba, I'm going to put you in last. We have 1 more guest, I believe. I seen her earlier in here. Let me message her on Instagram real quick. Okay, good. Okay, so thank you for being here, you guys, and just vibing with me on this show. Let's see. Let me go ahead and select this box real quick. Okay. Yes, get in the show. Get in the box right now. Get in the box. I was looking for you. I was looking for It's your turn, girl. It's your turn. You got my show. We on a speed bump right now. So if you guys are just now getting here, we have another guest for you guys. We're waiting for her to select the box. But meanwhile, while we're waiting, let's get a roll call on, see who's in here. I do have merch. So if you guys go to my Instagram, you guys can get my merch. I've got Female Empower. I've just got a lot of stuff on there, and a lot of sayings, a lot of stuff. Just go check it out, man. I've got cheap stuff on there, that you guys can support. Take some pictures and get those sent in. Shout out to Kickside, who had a huge hand in helping me with a lot of that merch and this show as well. So we're waiting. We are waiting. Come select the guest box.
The guest box is,
Yeah.
Where is it? On the left, the right?
Look it. Let me show you. So it's right here. You push this button. Push that button.
I can't see it still.
You have to push it on Meet Me. The guest box on Meet Me.
Okay, let me look again.
All right. Sorry, guys. We have some technical. It's a plus sign. It's a plus sign. It's all right, guys. Bear with her. She's a little new to the app, but she has some beautiful tattoos. So we are going to. It's all right. I told you, you don't have to be super blasted. You don't have to be super smart. You just have to be tatted and have a story behind your thing. And you can be on the show as well. I will take anyone. Because I does this. No, I'm just kidding. PJ, can you just knock it off right now? We're waiting. We're waiting for her to figure out the guest box. Okay, I've got a versus. Oh, that's not her. Okay. There's the guest. This shit is so funny to me. Sorry, it's all right. We've got a little bit of time to kill. Sorry, Reba. Hopefully, guys, Reba, I know some of you all are in here waiting for Reba. Camera with the plus sign. There we go. There we go. Yeah. Okay, it's a camera and it has a plus sign on there. You just push the plus sign and then it'll say add guest. Hold on, we're gonna have to show her. It doesn't always have a camera. Okay. She's used to the date box. So oh shit. Okay, so let me just show you. Hold on, girl. It's just a plus sign for you? Okay, bet. Okay, so yeah, look. Do you see it like this? Look. Like that. You see the plus sign? Select the plus sign and push guest.
My black angel, she's in the competition. Where's she at?
Yay! You made it!
Sorry, I am like way behind of the times with the technology.
It's all right.
And whatnot.
It's all right. You made it. You made it. That's all that counts. So
Yes.
Thank you for being on the show. You know, I just wanted to say something to you. I've been holding it. It's crazy because today you got in my box and you were telling me about how you had watched me for quite some time. And it wasn't until our interaction today that I was able to actually go back in our messages, and I was able to see how long that you have been following my journey. This was
Yes.
back when I was this was in September when I was starting to work out. You've
fan,
been rooting me on. You've been watching me, and I never seen those messages until just today. And you were asking me on the Instagram if you could have a chance to talk to me one-on-one. So I think that's so dope that, you know, we are now finally getting to connect, that I get to, I just want to say thank you so much from the bottom of my heart for just supporting me on my journey, for your words of encouragement, and just, you guys don't understand, and it means everything to me. And like, that means everything to me, just to see that you truly have been watching me for a long time. So introduce yourself to the chat and say hi to everybody.
What up, everybody? My name is Lee. Sorry, I'm in the middle of work right now. I'm supposed to be on break, but I got a service call. I'm a downtown Reno ambassador. I help my city. I help my community. I help people into detox. We try to get them off the street. I love the homeless. I was living pretty big and bougie. About a year ago, I lived in Damani Ranch, had a really nice whip. I sold everything and got rid of everything to move downtown by the river. I live in the heart of Reno to be closer to my people, and I love it. I love helping the homeless. At night, I also work at a sober living shelter, and during the day, I'm an ambassador.
Wow, fire. Hands down, really out there. So, you know, next event that I do, no matter where it is, I definitely want to get a thing where we come out here and we feed the homeless and do backpacks as well. So I will make sure
Yep, I know
that I
about
bring
that.
you on board. Maybe even we can come up there to Reno one time, because we're trying to do it
Please do.
multi-city and really get out there and, you know, just 10 toes down, touch. I love doing service like that as well, especially since I kind of given my life to God. So thank you for sharing that story with me. Like, it's really just a pleasure to meet you. So you sent in some of your tattoos here. Let me just pull them up real quick. Okay, so we'll
Hey,
start
I
with
got
this
over
one.
100 tattoos. I didn't know which ones to put, so.
Okay, so we'll start off with this one since it was the first one you started to show me. I don't know if I'll
Yeah,
get
my
banned, but let's just show
mermaid.
that one. Okay, I didn't think about it. I was like, holy titties. Okay. Oh shit. Okay. All right. So tell us. So that was your most recent tattoo. Tell us how much that cost, and also how long did it take you to get it done?
Well, I never go in to just get one piece. I'm working on my sleeve right now. So I usually go in with about a $500 limit every time, and I go in every month, once a month. I got the mermaid and the jellyfish on that specific day.
Okay. So I
And
think
that, yeah,
I
it's
think
about
you only
$500.
sent me in a few of them. So okay, here's the jellyfish that you're talking about.
Mhm.
So
Yep.
do those
And
have
I'm
any
working-
meanings to you?
I just really like the ocean. I was born in Florida, but I heard about Reno, and I've been living out here ever since 2011. So I'm working on my sleeve. I've got like a pirate ship. I've got a bunch of things going, oceanic type stuff.
Okay. Okay, so what about that bar? I see you have a barcode on there. I'm thinking, is that a barcode, a rainbow barcode?
It is. I'm gonna get that covered up with a treasure chest. Let me see if it's a little faded. I got it I got it with a friend a
It's
couple years
fire
ago.
though. I like the idea, but you didn't finish the colors out.
Yeah, the finishes are colored, but it's finished, but the yellow and the orange and the red is most definitely faded away. That's why I'm gonna cover up with the treasure chest.
Okay, okay. So you're kind of gonna just go ocean on one side then.
Yeah.
Hi everyone. Okay, so if you guys are just now getting in here, type 1. Let us know you guys are still in here. This is our second guest on Behind the Ink. Everybody, make sure you guys hit leave with that favorite. We still have one more guest for you guys, so let me go ahead and pull up your next one. Okay. Okay.
That flower, it's a little messed up. Unfortunately, a couple of my tattoos got infected. I'm not sure how. I've been going to the same shop for over 3 years. That is a flower for my mother. It was supposed to be a red poppy, but in the middle it has kind of like glittery dots. I just wanted to keep it simple and organic with just that little stem and some leaves. And my mom's name is Rhonda.
Okay. Now, are they using the same type of ink on you?
Yeah, and we really don't know what happened. And honestly,
I mean, you got it might be the ink. It might be the specific brand of ink.
They said they didn't change anything. They didn't change any products. And that specific month, I got 6 tattoos, and all 6 of them got infected.
But you were using the same ink. Unless they switch out a different brand of ink, it's gonna keep just. You gotta very, very be careful. So, can you tell us a little bit about that? Maybe a different side of that. Like, what did you experience? What happened?
It was absolutely horrible. My first tattoo, I started getting tatted at 17, and I've never had an issue like this. And then that month, I started with the flower, and unfortunately, I work a lot, so unfortunately, I ignored the first signs of the infection. So, and my tattoo artist, when it's slow, they literally call me, Lee, come in, I got a space for you. And so that month, I got Reno AF right here in front of my ear. Yeah. I got this little peach on the side of my neck. I got the flower. I got the jellyfish. And I also went in with a friend. She got the peach too. Hers also got infected on her neck. And it was just tragic. I went to the ER, just in a lot of pain. It burned. I was getting scabs. The scabs were deep. And then unfortunately after that, I just kept getting sick. Both of my lymph nodes swelled up so big that I couldn't eat or drink. I got dehydrated. I went back to the ER. Then I got an ear infection in both of my ears, and then somehow I got an infection in my nasals. I was getting like 5 nosebleeds a day. They just did test after
all from
test
the tattoo ink. All from the tattoo ink. They
technically couldn't trace it back to the tattoo infection.
Why did you keep going back to that place though? I mean, I understand you have loyalty, but if they're not properly sanitizing, if it's something because it's not only you, it's somebody else that you brought there. So it's got to be something that they're doing and with maybe not cleaning their stuff correctly or something to where people are getting hurt.
We really don't know.
How is it multiple people though?
You're not wrong. We just don't know. Like I said, I ignored the first signs of the flower. Yeah. Right now, I'm good. It's been 3 months. I took 2 sets of antibiotics. I took a set of steroids. A lot of ibuprofen after that. And my doctor, the only recommendation they could give me was, don't get a tattoo for a year and don't go back to that same shop. And it's just tragic.
Yeah, 100%. I would never. There's no way, because that shit is so scary because you never know if your body can fight off whatever infection it is. But that's something going on. You understand. I mean, you're probably the one who suffered the worst, but I'm just glad that you are okay and that it wasn't worse than that. People sometimes could die from that. So it just goes to show a lesson. And I'm sure you're probably a little bit nervous to even get tattooed anymore. It probably has a lot to do with their ink and the way that they sanitize and clean their supplies.
Yeah.
Okay, so we got one more picture for you real quick. Let me pull this one up. Let's see. Oh, okay. Love this one.
Mushrooms.
Yes. Tell us what this means to you, you little hippie.
You know what? I've never done shrooms or nothing. I'm really straight edge considering my career.
Whoa, pause.
Yeah. I don't drink. I don't smoke. I work in sober living, and I'm an ambassador. I gotta help my people.
Good girl. Good girl.
But,
so when you got this?
I just wanted a mushroom, and I let my artists do whatever they want. And I just said, hey, I want some
Okay.
trippy mushrooms. And she's like, I got you. So,
Right, and I love it how it's got the rainbow in there. I'm a huge fan of anything rainbow. I love it.
hell
I
yeah.
love it.
Honestly, my tattoos don't really have meaning. I just love the ink. I love the feeling. And I let my artists really do whatever they want. I give them a
Yeah.
budget and they do whatever. So
Right. Get you an artist who really wants to connect your sleeve and do the
yeah, I'm
fillers
gonna have to
and
find
really
somebody
piece
to.
that fucking thing together, girl. They are out there. There are people out there. You get what you pay for $500 a session. You should be getting way more. You know, this is a $400 set. Just this one piece.
Wow.
This one piece. My artist is charging me $100 an hour, and we do 4 to 5 hour sessions each time. So there's somebody out there with the love that will treat your body right and really take into it. So I hope that you don't give up on getting tattooed and maybe just try switching the ink and just getting something real small and seeing if you still have that same reaction. But thank you for taking the time and being on the show and sharing your stories with us. That was super fun. I hope you have a great rest of your day at work, girl. Thank you so much. You want to say
Thank you.
anything else? All right. Thank you
Thank
so much, girl. All right, babe. I'll talk to you soon. Okay. All right, guys. If you guys are just getting here, that was our second guest. So please make sure you guys favorite her. Thank you so much for being on the show. We still have one more guest for you guys, and I guess it'll just wrap it up. You don't have to be super tatted, right? I'll just add extra people or whatever. If you got 1 or 2 tattoos or whatever, and you want to get on the show and just tell your story behind it, send the tattoos in and come hang out and come hear the stories, because each week we have new tattoos and we have new people. So I'm very excited about this one. Stuck you in the box. Are you ready, Reba?
No, I was texting.
Hi. Welcome, Reba. Thank you so much for being on the show, girl. I really appreciate it. If you could introduce yourself to the chat.
My name is Riva. I'm from Brooklyn, New York, and I am a psychiatric registered nurse.
Okay.
And I have a naked cat and an American bull. Those are my children.
Can we see it?
Come here, Catrick. His name is Catrick
Buddy.
Swayze. Come here.
Patrick Swayze. Crying right now.
Here's Catrick.
Oh my gosh, look at that little bald fur ball. Oh. Wow. Okay, my this girl Buddy that I know, she has a naked cat as well. How much do those things run?
Like 2,000-3,000.
Yeah. And would you say that you love the naked cat?
Oh yeah, I totally love him. He's so affectionate, but he's also an asshole, and he like scratches me, and he won't let me give him a bath, and he's a total dick. But I love him.
Okay. No baths, even with no hair, they still ain't fucking with the water.
And he needs baths, so it's super annoying.
Yeah, that's what my girl was saying, that she said if you don't give them a bath that they stink. Okay, well anyway, so
Everywhere.
so if you guys are just now getting here, this is our third and final guest on Behind the Ink. And as you can see, she has the naked cat. And where's the dog at? Can we see the dog?
Esco, come here. Come here. Come up with mommy. Come on. You're allowed. Come on. Come on.
Aw, I'm a huge dog person. Uh-oh.
This is Esco.
Aw, look here. Hi. All right, so let me pull these tattoos up right here. So how long have you been on the app, Reva?
Roughly 2.5, 3 months.
Okay. And would you say this app kind of, just kind of helps you really like with socializing and just getting through things? I love your tattoos. I can't wait to see what this says. So,
Okay, so that one is for my best friend who passed away
Okay.
in May last year.
okay.
Right after COVID. He was my best friend for 35 years, and that's how he used to say I love you. He used to say Yozya. And in Greek, his name was Frankie, and in Greek it's Forty, and the mu means my Forty, like so my Frankie. That's what I used to
Okay.
call him. So those are right here actually for him, because he used to give me.
Yes.
So I put them, in the
I
hug
love
space.
that. I love that. So would you say, I mean, I feel like every single week, excuse me, that we always, ooh, bonus. Yes. Okay. I feel like every single week I get to see the ways in which people are creative and they get to express, their love that they have for people who they might have lost and stuff like that. I have memorials on me as well. And it just feels like when you're getting tattooed and you get that on them, they're with you forever, and just their meaning lives on through your tattoos. I love that. I love the different memorials and things that people can do with different tattoos. So let me see. We've got. Sorry about the old school way, guys. The meet me thing was not really messing with me. Okay, so we've got this right here. There we go.
Okay,
Yes.
so that says, if I should die before I wake, it's because you took my breath away. Losing you is like living in a world with no air. So that's the song, obviously. That's from my little brother that passed away. I got that the week after my brother died because I
Okay.
didn't know how I was going to live without him.
Yeah.
Right underneath it, that is the plague doctor, the bubonic plague mask. Um,
Okay.
Pretty much all of my tattoos, it sounds really morbid, but they're pretty much all associated with things that are dead. And I think I
Yeah.
just use the tattoos as an outlet to, like, instead of having the negative energy inside, to just like kind of
Absolutely.
express it that way. And I really like things
Absolutely.
that have to do with, anything medical because of my occupation. So that's my,
Absolutely. A sense of meditation for sure.
yeah.
Yeah, I love that. I love that. I think each week I get to see new ways. I like to share on the fact, underneath my tigers and things like that. I don't know if you can see them, but I've got scars, cut scars all over my wrist. And when I finally started investing in myself and getting artwork on my body, I chose to cover those up because 10 years ago we used to self-harm ourselves and do things, and now tattooing is such a huge form of pain therapy that's not looked down as cutting your arms and things like that. Now you can go get a tattoo that can heal you in big ways. So if you guys haven't tried tattoo therapy, if you don't got a tattoo, I would highly recommend getting a small one. And just letting my artist is a huge believer in tattoo therapy and tattoo aroma, and just things that it really brings healing to your soul. And I'm a huge no numbing cream, no none of that. I just love it. So I love that. I really like that. The artwork is fire on that thing. That thing is how long ago did you get that done?
I got that done around 2 months ago. It's actually not done at all. It's
Okay, that's what I was going to ask next.
it's not
And how
done.
much would you say you paid? Did you do all of that in one session?
No. So the one on top, the writing, I
Okay.
did that in 2015 as soon as I lost my brother, and the other one was like 2 months ago, the bird. That's why it's not done.
Okay, so that's recent. So that's your recent one.
Yeah, I
Okay,
have a
so
lot
are
of,
you going to wrap that all the way around your leg?
yes.
Okay. What's your plans for going around it? Like the rest of it? Do you have your idea yet?
Do like, because on my other leg, I have a lot of stuff. So on the back of that leg, there's going to be, I have a whole, like my whole bottom leg is done also, but like not all the way done. I have like a skeleton, like a woman with a crown, and she's holding the human heart. It's bleeding, and that's not
Okay,
finished.
let
So,
me see. I got this one too that you have here.
okay, so that's my right inner thigh, and that is an Edgar Allan Poe quote. It says, "In visions of the dark night, I have dreamed of joy departed, but in a waking dream of life and light, but a waking dream of life and light had left me brokenhearted." That's basically when my brother passed. I kept dreaming about him, and I'd be like super happy when I was
Yeah.
sleeping and dreaming about him, and then I would wake up and I was actually like super like suicidal, and I didn't want to live because I was so heartbroken. But when I was sleeping, I was happy and I felt really peaceful because he always came to me in my dreams. So
Yeah.
that one is also from my little brother. The angel crying, sitting on top of that locket with the beads. My brother's initial was D, so that's why there's a D in that locket. That
That is
wraps
fire.
all the
Look at the
way.
detail in that.
That wraps all
How
the
many
way
sessions
around.
was this?
That was one session. The angel and the writing were one session. I never finished that actual paper. It's supposed to like look old, and I didn't finish it. I didn't
Okay.
finish the bottom of it.
Yeah, you can
But
see
the
right
roses
here where
actually
this.
they go all the way around to the other side of my leg and the back of my thigh.
Okay.
It's all just like skeletons and roses and death.
Yes, I love it. I love it. I think it's beautiful. I'm a huge fan of tattoos in any form. The art, the detail in here in this locket is phenomenal. Look
Thank
at the
you.
detail in this thing. That is just so, the detail and the white in here is just, I mean, you can see the details on each and every little pearl right here. And that is just so sick to me. That is beautiful. That's a
Thank you.
beautiful, you have some beautiful work on you as well.
Thank you.
Okay. So let me see. Are these, I think you only sent in a few because you didn't really have to, you weren't really able to get too many of them, huh? Let me see what other ones you sent in.
I sent 2 more.
Oh yeah, here we go. Okay, so our next one, if you guys are just now getting in here, you guys, this is our third and final guest on Behind the Ink. So thank you for jumping in. Type 1 in the comments, you guys. Make sure you guys hit Riva with that. She does stream on the regular. So if you guys are feeling this artwork or if it's relatable, just let her know in the comments. So here's another one we got. Sheesh, Sharky.
Yeah, that is my that's my most recent tattoo. That
Okay.
is my husband's last name and the crown. I lost my husband on February 26th. He had a surgery and they sent him home with an internal bleed. And I caught it in time and brought him in. And when they went in for the surgery to remove the blood clot, he died on the table. So growing up, he was in a gang for a very, very long time. And I pretty much changed his whole life. When I met him, he was homeless. He was drinking every day, he was on drugs. And I lost my brother to an overdose. So I kind of like, I saw the good in him and I just wanted him to change his ways, basically.
Yes.
So
Yes.
I didn't judge him. You know, I stayed with him and just by proxy, I was a queen because he was a king. And that's his crown. That's the Phoenix crown. That's what he was, without getting into too much detail, is the wife of his crown. So that's my crown, and the 5 roses are for, you know, this. It's pretty much gang related, and his last name was Collazo. So that's for my husband. That's why it's in the absolute worst place I've ever been tattooed. It is on my kneecap.
On your ribs.
And
Oh, your
hurt.
kneecap. Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, so that one hurt. But that is
Where's your knee at? In the middle flower underneath the crown?
yeah, that's literally right here.
Wow. Sheesh. Okay.
That was a tough one. But
Wow. Okay.
so yeah, that's
Wow. It sounds like you've been like somebody in the comments. It just says, it says, Riva, you've been tested so much and sending blessings to you. And it seems that I'm just another way of why I'm grateful for tattoo therapy and just the healing process that it does for somebody. And it seems to be working since you have so much darkness in your life. I love the art. I love the darkness. And I just love what that means to you because it's such a huge story of just your pain. And to me, it's beauty. It's beauty, it's pain. And that's beautiful to me, the darkness and just the time spent to create this stuff. Like each one of my pieces is spent thought. I mean, from everything from these waterfalls that flow down, each represents a different part in my life. So I'm really glad that, like I said, that's been able to just help you through that. So how many hours would you say you have total on your body?
Oh my God. I mean, I only sent you a few.
Yeah.
I'm covered. Basically, my whole back is covered. My stomach, both of my legs,
Okay.
like top to bottom.
Yeah, I want to see the rest of your work, man. You probably have some firework. Oh, what is that? Tell us about that one. Let's go, Riva.
This right here is the novena of St. Jude, the patron saint.
Okay.
The prayer for the helpless. So when I was a kid, that was our prayer, I had a really rough childhood. So I, yeah, I mean, I've been praying every night before I go to bed since I was a baby. That was my
Yeah.
favorite prayer because it was a prayer for the helpless. My mother had a few like nervous breakdowns and she was suicidal when I was younger. So I always use that since I learned that prayer when I was 7. I never stopped
Yeah.
saying it. I said it. I actually got this tattoo from my brother during his addiction before he passed, and we used to say it together when he was in jail. He would call me on the phone and we would say it together. And this tattoo is also from my brother. It says "Tears May Fall," so that was his
Okay.
favorite song. So basically, pretty much all for people that I lost. Like really,
Yeah.
the sentimental value is, basically the purpose of all the tattoos that I have. The last one that I sent you was the Jason mask, and
Okay.
that's actually my husband and I. That's our anniversary was Friday the 13th. So we both had that tattoo. I don't know if I sent you mine or both of ours, but
I
that was
think
actually our
mine.
anniversary. Oh
Let me
yeah, it's
see
tough
one
working as a
here.
psychiatric nurse. I actually chose psychiatric nursing because of my brother. So I wanted to kind of like help people. He was bipolar, depressive, and he started
Yes.
when he started using drugs when he was like 17, but didn't start doing dope until he was like 26 or 27 in prison. And I
Mhm.
actually found him dead when he was 29, going on 30. So, and Frankie also overdosed. So basically everything on my body has to do with like the body or people that I've lost, because that's,
Yes.
I like
Okay, so
anatomy.
I think it was this one and it didn't show up on there to where I didn't have it.
Yeah,
If
it's
you
right
want to
there.
show us, yeah. Oh, okay, there we go. Okay, so
Right.
you said that was what? Wow, look at the back of your leg. That's fire. Look at the lace on that. Yes. Yes, Reba. Sheesh.
It goes all the way. It's like the whole leg.
Okay.
So
Wow. Yes, I can't wait to get my legs done. So, wow. So, right. Like, who would have known? Raiders. Let's go. So, tell us what about that skull on the top? What does that mean?
so my initial idea before I started losing everybody was to do like a huge caduceus on my back for the nursing.
Okay.
It started out, I started my biomechanical spine while I was in nursing school, and then I wanted to have the caduceus, and I wanted one side to be like all death, and then one side to be like very colorful and everything
Right.
alive.
Yeah. Yeah.
But then as the events unfolded, I had to just, can you stop licking me, please? I had to just go dark. Like I had to just,
Yeah.
the idea just left. So all the
So, what
skulls
do you
ended up.
have on your back now?
Um, this one I think you can see.
Oh, let me make the box small. Oh, shit. Is that a pirate ship?
No, that's actually a biomechanical.
Oh, no, it's the spine. Oh, wow.
Yeah. So
Fire. Where's that come from?
I started that because when I was in nursing school, my first semester I was diagnosed with cancer, and my second semester I lost my third semester I had a miscarriage, and then my
Girl.
my brother passed away, and I was expelled from nursing school. I had a 4.0 GPA. I was expelled for failing a class by a half a point. I took everything I had and moved to Vegas with like just a few $1,000s, and I just said I couldn't be in New York. And then I came back and I went back to nursing school and I finished straight A's. But during that time, everybody used to keep telling me like, Reva, you need help. Like you're a machine, you're a machine, you're a machine. So that's where that came from. It was more of like holding that burden. I always felt like I had the burden on my shoulders, like taking care of my brother, like always taking care of other people. And then it just manifested like, Reva, you're like a machine, you're a beast. So that's where that
Yeah.
one came.
I love that. I love that. Now, is all your work by the same artist?
Yeah. One of my
Yeah,
artists
he's
is well, Angel did the back of my he did like most of them. He did my stomach. On my stomach I have brass knuckles in the middle and then two. Who is it? Who's me? Hold on. Um I have the brass knuckles and then two freedom
okay.
birds. The peace
Yes.
birds.
Okay.
So I was like super violent growing up. That was my weapon of choice. And then when I completed anger management, I decided to change those ways, but I
Yeah.
wanted to signify like there was violence, but then the peace surrounded me. So
Love that.
that's where that came from.
Love that. So, would you say that all this death in your life has made your faith stronger?
Um,
Or would you say it's turned you away from it?
all of the pain, like the loss.
Just like the loss and the death that you've suffered constantly through your life.
Um, I I mean I wouldn't say stronger. It's kind of like you just don't have a choice. So
Right.
you know,
Right. Well, it
like
sounds
there's
to me like you're a survivor, girl, and you've just been through, a lot, and you just keep getting stronger and stronger. I like the way you use that as the machine, and then you made it into a tattoo. I think that's super fire as well. I really love this show and what it means. It just means a lot to me because I feel like you could tell so much about a person because of their tattoos and the story and the way they explain themselves, and you can hear the pain and just in your heart and the beautiful artwork that you have. So thank you so much for sharing that on the show with us. If you guys are still in here, type one in the comments. You guys type exactly vibrations. You said it perfectly. You turned that pain into artwork and made it something beautiful and something that lasts with you forever. And there's a lot of people in here who got to hear the beautiful stories from all of you ladies. So thank you guys all for being on here and sharing your guys' journey. I can't wait to see what you get next. Thank you. I feel like I've learned a lot about you and just by this little conversation that we've had. So I appreciate you coming in here every day. It's really nice to put some story and a face behind you, girl. Real stuff. Thank you so much for being on here. If anything else you want to say.
thank you.
Okay, no problem, Reva. Thank you so much for being here. Wow. I just can't even. I love this show so much, you guys. I love the show so much and just the concept and just the different type of people. Like you could tell so much from a person by their tattoos and just what they've been through and where they were at. You never know where a person was at or what um they were going through at that time. So thank you so much for being a part of the show. Thank you for just chilling. And if you guys are interested in coming, 100%, all mind you. So I know that you guys are out there. If you guys want to share your stories, please send in your tattoos. I do this show every single week. So thank you so much for being here. You can send in your tattoos on Instagram and also on Behind the Ink 2.0 on Snapchat. So go check out my merch. I'm going to do a restart because I got to do it for the stats in the show. Perfect timing, you guys. What a hell of a show. Reva, you are a champion, girl. You just opened up my eyes, and thank you for sharing me and sharing your world with us, girl. That was fire. That was fire. May you touch the souls that you needed to with them stories, girl. For real, for real. Sharky, I love you. I love you guys. I'm gonna restart I'm gonna restart. So come back.